Celebrate Mom for Mother's Day with help from Whole Foods Market. Whether you're treating her to brunch, dinner, or a nice gift, you'll find it all in one place. From May 10th through 16th, 15-stem bunches of tulips are on sale, just $9.99 for Amazon Prime members. Plus, shop 365 by Whole Foods Market for brunch staples on a budget, including smoked salmon, the mini quiche trio, and more. For dessert, pick up a heart-shaped cake from the bakery. Only the best for Mom at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply.
Today on CityCast Denver. It has never been more expensive to live here. So is it possible to still get the most out of Denver if your paycheck isn't a mile high? Today, me and producer Paul Karolyi and our state politics and green chile correspondent Justine Sandoval are going to prove you can still have a great Denver day on the cheap. Today is Wednesday, May 10th. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Hi, Paul.
Hey, Bree.
Hi, Justine.
Hello.
So we're talking about how to be, I was going to say how to be cheap in Denver. That's not what we're doing.
Sort of.
It's been a lifelong accomplishment of mine, being cheap in Denver.
And it's getting harder. Yeah. I mean, we can all agree. Denver's getting more expensive.
Yeah. But there's still ways to make the most out of it without spending too much money. So we put these parameters on ourselves. How do we spend a day in Denver for under $52.80? What can you do? What things can you do? What places can you go to? Things you can see, places you can eat. And we thought it would be fun for each of us to outline a day that is like us. So we're going to go through a Paul day and a Justine day and a Bree day. How to spend $52.80, get your money's worth, and enjoy the city at the same time. I would agree with you, Paul. It is getting more expensive. I also think I put the stipulation in here for Justine as well. We cannot utilize any homie discounts on this. This has to be accessible to all listeners.
That's important. That also leveled the playing field for me against you two, because I know that would have been the full list, and it would have been like, okay, a fully amazing day for Bree and Justine.
Go to see my friend here. So we thought, to make it fair, and also we want our listeners to be able to go and do the things that we're talking about if they're interested in the stuff we outlined. So, okay, well, we'll get to it. Who wants to start?
I would really like to start.
Paul's been going.
I would really like to start. I've been talking trash about this all week. I feel like I put together an amazing day.
Okay.
And I'm very proud of it. It's also a very basic day, so I think it's kind of a good starting point. Okay, here's where the day starts. You're sleeping in because you do not have any money to go out for coffee. So I didn't waste any of my budget on coffee.
Paul, we should also outline what sleeping in for Paul means.
7:30.
School is up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, I'm an up with the sun type of person, so I can relate.
Heck
yeah. But sleeping in for me is like 8:30.
So, Paul, you're saving some money by cutting out coffee.
Cutting out coffee. So here's where we're going after we don't have coffee. Bike ride downtown on the Cherry Creek Trail, my favorite place to ride, also free. That's going to be my transportation the whole day. I'm not paying for anything. Just going to be on my bike, having a downtown day.
Paul and I were having a disagreement about this earlier. I was not counting cost of transportation because I drive and I am going to drive where I want to go.
Okay, I picked transportation of mine.
Oh.
But I'll say too.
Then I went over budget, but
it's okay. The listeners can be the judge.
Okay, Paul, so you're taking it's the Cherry Creek Trail.
Taking a ride down the Cherry Creek Trail, and I have previously, now this is important, but Denver Public Library has a service where if you have a library card, you can get a free pass to any number of local museums, like Denver Museum of Nature and Science, Denver Botanic Gardens, Denver Art Museum, like a lot of them. The Museo de las Americas, that's involved. So I'm going to go to the Denver Botanic Gardens, which is a great place to have a nice morning when it's still a little bit cool, lounge under the plants, but then also go and enjoy their art galleries in the new expansion. They just recently renovated. They have these 2 new galleries. And I talked to somebody there last weekend. They're programming only nature-themed art. So you can go see some plants and then some nature-themed art.
So you're going to the Botanic Gardens to go in the galleries.
I'm going to do a little bit of everything there. But I'm going to spend maybe an hour, a couple hours. Then I'm going to bike over to Santa Fe. I'm going to have a $7, this is my first purchase, a $7 smothered chili relleno burrito from El Taco de Mexico.
Okay.
Smart.
Smothered
Pretty good
burrito.
prices over there for the staple that it is. I think they could probably raise their prices and still do well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take advantage of that $7 smothered burrito.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What is your route to go from the Denver Botanic Gardens on your bicycle to Santa Fe?
What is my? I mean, I could straight down 12th.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then get over on the 11th Street Bridge, across the creek.
Okay.
Probably.
Just trying to get a picture.
Yeah.
Full picture. All right.
Happy to. Okay, so next up is a Rockies game, but specifically against a very bad team.
So it's
So I
cheap.
think it's going to be a little bit cheaper, but also that's going to be coming to play later.
So did you have a rough price here for or a bad team?
I'll tell you the exact price.
Okay.
That I paid last week to see the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
For some reason, I always see them. They're terrible, and I
That
don't
was the
care
first
about them.
baseball game I ever went to with the Rockies.
Oh, yeah?
93 with we have another name for the Diamondbacks that I won't share.
We'll talk about that later. I don't know what you're talking about. We'll talk about that later. So that ticket cost me $22.80. But then here's my first insider tip for the Rockies. I read about this in Westward a couple weeks ago. $3 beers. Cheapest in the whole MLB. You can get a $3 Coors Banquet or Coors Light if you show up before the first pitch on the rooftop deck.
Okay.
$3 beer. Enjoy that. Sit in the sun. Have a nice afternoon. If the Rockies win against this terrible team that you've already selected, like they did when I saw them play the Diamondbacks, you also get future deals. That comes, so like they won by a certain amount of runs, so it's like a free 10-piece chicken nuggets at McDonald's the day after, that kind of thing. So the bad team thing, really clutch.
I always wonder if people do that because they do that during the Nuggets games too. It's like you get Wendy's or I don't remember, it's something if they get a certain amount of points or whatever. I always wondered if people took advantage of that.
Oh, I used to live for tacos. Remember, we used to get tacos from at the Rockies. I forgot what it was, but if they scored a certain amount of runs, you got free tacos. And then it was like 50-cent tacos, but I was at Taco Bell every time I knew that the Rockies did well.
Like, okay, people use it. I love it. Okay.
All right, so after the Rockies game, you're going to bike over. It's time for, dinner and some entertainment. I'm going to hit two birds with one stone on this one and pay my remaining $20 for a ticket to see a show at Comedy Underground in Capitol Hill.
Okay.
Which is a phenomenal new venue. I hadn't been, but after I heard Sam Talent talk about it on the show a couple of weeks ago, great comedian, he was talking about how great this room is, and I have to agree. It's like a really cool space to see comedy. It's in a basement of a church in Capitol Hill. The people who put together that are super professional. They got great acts, like from out of town, like proper funny people. And that ticket only costs $20. Best part, comes with a free drink and pizza.
Oh,
so there's your dinner.
It's a free drink and pizza?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What kind of drink?
It's like another course.
Okay. No, that's fine.
But the pizza is also just, frozen pizza that someone's cooking in this oven in the back room and then bringing out one pie at a time. And the whole audience is watching across the room.
That's kind of the experience, though, I got to say that I love.
It's fun.
Because I think about, no shade to Comedy Works. Comedy Works is great, but it's like often a 2-drink minimum, and I don't drink, so I end up getting a hot chocolate, and then you know what I mean? And so this would be like a way better deal to me.
Yeah, I love that it's exact opposite of Comedy Works. Like, you don't have to buy 2 items. You get 2 items when you come in. I'm like, all right.
And our comedy scene, I mean, I know we talk about it all the time, but if you've never been to a local show, you will just be so surprised by catching someone you've never heard of.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. And I know Sam did talk about the Comedy Underground being a really, really special place. So
It is. I think, sometimes you talk about eras and moments for a scene.
Totally.
I think there is one happening right now. I think this Comedy Underground place, something special is happening there.
I was just thinking that same thing. I thought if you want to say I was there, that seems like a really cool place to experience and say, man, I was there.
Yeah. And so altogether, because of that $20 ticket, that brings me to exactly $52.80 on the day.
Wow.
Thank
impressive.
Right?
Wow. Even skipping out on coffee.
I know.
Incredible.
It was hard. I'm going to have a headache for a lot of that day, but it's going to be a good day, I think.
Hey Denver, are you ready to explore? The North Face is officially open, right in their headquarters backyard at Park Meadows. Everything you need for your next journey is now all in one spot. From men's and women's outdoor apparel to backpacks, technical accessories, and so much more. This gear is engineered to perform at the limits of human potential, and it's available in a variety of fresh colors and styles for the season ahead. Every piece they create is designed to get you out there, way, way out there. So no matter how you choose to immerse yourself in the outdoors, whether it be through hiking, climbing, camping, skiing, snowboarding, or beyond, their gear is here to take you further. Find them on the second floor, find all the essentials you need, then go ahead, get out there, and start your journey. The exploration starts there.
Celebrate Mom for Mother's Day with help from Whole Foods Market. Whether you're treating her to brunch, dinner, or a nice gift, you'll find it all in one place. From May 10th through 16th, 15-stem bunches of tulips are on sale, just $9.99 for Amazon Prime members. Plus, shop 365 by Whole Foods Market for brunch staples on a budget, including smoked salmon, the mini quiche trio, and more. For dessert, pick up a heart-shaped cake from the bakery. Only the best from Mom at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply.
Now we're going to have a Justine Day.
Oh,
Justine, I have been dying to see what you pull out for this.
Me too.
Especially because you have no homie discounts, no stuff falls off a truck.
Yes, no,
This is legit, Justine.
no, none of my I know a guy stuff, which I do. I always know a guy or a girl. But so my day is actually not too different from yours.
Oh, okay.
As far as, how we're going to cut out certain things to make our day cheaper. So I would start my day with breakfast and coffee at home.
Okay.
Because you can't have all of your meals out on a 5280 day. But a lot of it, I had to think back to what high school me would have done. Like growing up here, you'd have to go find a whole cheap adventure for the day. So one of the things I used to like to do is go take pictures all day of things. So we would do a photography scavenger hunt. So you can add this into your day as you go along, things you could take pictures of.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's just really fun. You have a whole collection this is my
That's my day.
I found whatever thing you put on your scavenger hunt list. So that's what you're going to kind of think about what you're doing this whole day. You're going to be also taking pictures.
Okay.
So I would start my day with breakfast and coffee at home to save money.
Wonderful.
Yes. And then I would actually make a trip down to the dispensary near me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad you did this because I
You got
forgot
some sweet
to.
weed deals. Bring it on.
Yeah, so
I wanna hear about
Rhino
this.
Supply Company has a really great $10 eighths, which is a really good deal
Yeah.
if you are shopping for any type of cannabis products.
Where did you say it was?
It's Rhino Supply.
Rhino Supply.
Yeah.
Okay. $10 eighths.
$10 eighths. And then I would go ahead and I'd walk back home where I can legally and safely consume on my property.
You're so smart.
At home.
You're so smart.
Yes.
You're not doing it in the park like high school style? Is what I'm hearing?
No, because
Okay.
now I have a house and a home to go to, as opposed to in high school, I would have went to the top of Commons Park,
Yes.
where there was nobody at the time, but
Stoner Hill.
Oh,
is
yeah,
that-
yeah,
Stoner
Stoner
Hill.
Hill.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
we would have went to Stoner Hill.
Yeah.
But no, now I'm a law-abiding adult, so I would go home and consume.
We used to go behind the mall, Cherry Creek Mall, by the little creek. There's
By the
a
creek.
little
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
water feature thing over there.
Yeah, the Platte River was ours right there because
yeah.
it was so close. So we just walked down the hill, Stoner Hill, walk around 16th Street Mall. That was our day.
Okay, so you've got your $10 eighth.
My $10.
It's mid-morning. We're high and caffeinated.
Yes.
Where to next?
Next, I will go ahead and use public transportation because I have safely consumed at home and want to continue my journey. And so I would either take two options here for transportation. It'll both be $3 on RTD. I can take the train from my house to Union Station and enjoy the walk from Union Station, where I will go to the Museum of Contemporary Art.
Wonderful.
Ooh, MCA Denver, great choice.
Or
right there.
Yes, so close. Or in my neighborhood, you could take the 44 bus line and it will take you up to 15th Street and drop you off right in front of the museum if you don't want that extra walk from Union Station.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Two good choices.
Yes, so both $3. And we would, I would arrive at the MCA. And so the thing about the MCA, there's multiple prices you could pay. The general admission is $10 for anybody, but there are many student discounts, military discounts, educator discounts, artist discounts. So you could potentially pay way less if you fall into one of those categories. And then also they have penny days for Denver residents.
Nice.
So yeah, once a month, if you're a Denver resident, you can get in for 1 penny.
All right, what's next? What do you got?
Okay, so you're at the MCA, you're seeing all of this really cool modern art, and then you're going to go up, like Bree had mentioned, to the fabulous rooftop there. One of my favorite places to go hang out and have a snack on the rooftop cafe. And that is probably around $7 or $8, depending on what you want to get. They have, that might be a time when you want to grab another coffee for the day or maybe a drink. They have cocktails, wine, and beer, but also they have kombucha and lots of other
San
non-alcoholic
Pellegrino.
beverages.
They have all kinds of options.
It's a good bar.
It's a great bar.
And so you can get you a little snack there. You can spend a lot up there, but if you're budgeting, you can get you a beverage or a little snacky to enjoy on the beautiful rooftop.
Okay, so next you've had your drink or your snack for about $7.
My munchies, I guess we could call
munchies.
it. Because by this time, my morning high is coming down, so I need to chill out on the rooftop. So I probably spend some more time really exploring all of the MCA and whatever they have going on there at the moment. And then I'll probably be feeling hungry, even though I've had a snack, ready for lunch. So I can either, once again, jump on the number 44 bus and head into North Denver, where I would head over to Chubby's because I cannot have a day without Chubby's.
You should do ads for them at this point.
I really think I'm going to reach out to them. Like, would you like
to sponsor me?
Yes.
I'm out here. I'm doing the work.
I'm bringing you business. All these newcomers, I'm letting them know.
You always get burrito, chicharron. I can't remember.
Close, a special chicharron.
Special chicharron.
But this time I might leave the chicharron out. Depends. But a chubby special, which can be anywhere from $8 to $9, handheld. We're on the move. We're on the bus. There's no time to sit with a smothered burrito. And my adventure here, so we need a burrito to go.
Good thinking.
Yes.
All right. So you've got your burrito.
Yes. And then I'm going to go across the street to the 7-Eleven there, which if you go to Chubby's, you have to go to the 7-Eleven.
It's true.
Yes.
Also the entertainment there, I'll just say.
Oh.
If you're a people watcher, that's 7-Eleven. Hang out there for 5 minutes. You'll see something amazing.
I have great stories. We don't even, I have some really good ones.
So are you a Slurpee gal or what are you getting?
I'm probably getting, I don't know, I'm really boring. I'm getting one of those Liquid Death.
Well, how much is a Liquid Death? Do you know?
They're like $2 something. Soda water is pricey for being sparkling water.
For real.
But I have an addiction. And then from there, I would walk over to La Raza Park and enjoy your Chubby Special. And
talk about a great place to take photos.
Yes.
If you have not been to that park, you might be pleasantly surprised.
What do you call that structure?
It's called a kiosco. And it's one of the only ones that exists in North America.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it's based on the ancient Aztec or Mayan structures of a kiosco. And it's one of the only ones in North America, from what I've heard.
That's awesome. So it functions as a stage usually, but on a day like this, you can just go and kind of lay under it and look up and you'll see amazing artwork.
Yes, there's a great mural around the top of it. And there's been a great sculpture put in right in front of it, but when they recently renamed the park from Columbus Park.
It's an Emmanuel Martinez piece, I think.
Emmanuel Martinez, which that's another great thing you can do on my day journey of walking around is take pictures of a lot of the amazing art. And when you're going to places like La Raza Park or a lot of the stops along the journey from my house to La Raza Park, you'll see a lot of older art pieces that aren't part of the new murals that they put up in Rhino that are really great. And even though the Emmanuel Martinez one isn't new, Emmanuel Martinez is an amazing Denver artist. You could see some of his art. One of my favorite is Confluence People.
Oh, it's my favorite piece ever.
Yeah, or the one on the side.
That's the one with the sunglasses?
That was
straight on with the sunglasses.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then there's the one on the Curtis Park where they have the sunglasses that are the shades of the vents of the window. It's really cool.
Really quite good.
One of my favorite artists.
I love his stuff. Same.
Yep. And then You can go ahead and head back towards Little Man Ice Cream after that to have a little dessert. So you can go stand in the line. That'll take you about 5 hours to get your ice cream.
Whoa, we're talking about the what people would call the low-high location,
yes,
correct?
the low-high.
Yeah,
Old
by
milk
the
jug.
linger.
Yes.
Yep.
It's such a fun building. And honestly, the line's kind of fun too.
It's a
Yeah.
scene.
It's a scene.
And you can people watch and see people go around there.
It's a nice corner.
It's such a great corner.
We used to play basketball at that court, and I still watch people play basketball, and the court's slanted, so your ball would just like roll.
I wanted to bring up that court. That's a weird basketball
It's
court.
the weirdest court ever. We used to play there after school. We'd be like running after the ball because it is on a slant.
But maybe I'm thinking of somewhere else, but isn't it also like not a rectangle? It's kind of like tilted.
It's
Do you know what
a
I'm
very
talking-
weird.
It's like not the shape of a court.
It's a weird.
It's
court.
one of those, like, I guess they would probably call it a pocket park now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's just like
pocket
one of
parks.
those little special spots.
So the nickname for that back in the day on the north side, it was called Drug Park. Because like people went to go do drugs there. But yeah, Drug Park. So I can't remember what its actual name is. I think it starts with an H.
I'm only going to know it as Drug Park
I still call
now.
it Drug Park to this day. I'm like, yeah, we were down at Drug Park playing basketball.
How much does Little Man ice cream cost? And do you have a thing you like there?
So I really like the non-dairy horchata flavored ice cream there. I guess it's not ice cream, it's sorbet, but delicious because horchata is made with rice milk.
Okay. So you'll get the non-dairy horchata ice cream at or sorbet at Little Man. Do you know how much that costs?
I believe it is $6,
Okay.
and that's for the small scoop.
Okay.
Yes.
Gosh, that Little Man is pricey. It is fantastic.
I know. I'm
yeah.
like, that is the like mini scoop. I think is $6.
It's so good though.
Yes.
So
So a
good.
little treat. And there you can catch one of the many buses home back. Probably, I'm trying to think. You can walk back to 38, take the 38 back. Or you can also go back to and catch the 44 again, all the way back to the Cole neighborhood, which is where I am. And I'm estimated this is about a 51.98 day.
Okay.
Very strong showing, Justine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a
you
pretty
really
good
packed
day.
some stuff in there.
And this whole time you're taking pictures. So
All right, Bree.
All
give
right.
us yours.
Okay. I call this How to Have a Denver Day on Bree Dollars. So starting at 11 a.m. because, that's about when I get out of the house on a Saturday. It's also the time that Vin Sung opens right by my house on Alameda and Zunai-ish. And I get a banh mi, which is, I get grilled pork. I should be having the tofu. It's good too. But grilled pork, banh mi, $8.50.
This is like a Vietnamese bakery, a staple for a long time in that
it's a coffee
far
shop.
east center.
Yes, it's a coffee shop. Also, the family owns a bakery where they make all the bread as well as a bunch of other pastries that you can get there. So I always get a banh mi and then I get a iced coffee for $4.50. And there's the best deal, honestly. Sesame balls are $1. It's a nice little treat.
Ooh, I would like that. I like sesame.
Oh, and also I would say this is going to tide me over for a while because their sandwiches are massive. So a lot of times I eat half and put the other half in my purse.
same.
And I might eat that for a
Nice.
snack. I'm probably going to eat that for my lunch.
I love a purse snack. Like I always have half my whatever I was eating in my purse. It saves me. I'm like,
I carry the world's largest purse, so I'll have half of my banh mi. So that tax and tip all together, $18. So I'm spending $18 out the gate, but I will say again, this will be my breakfast and lunch. I am driving. I'm sorry I didn't include that in my money. I'm gonna have to borrow some of Justine's money for my gas.
yeah, no, you're also not high, so it's fine.
True. Good point. Good point. I just had to be true to myself and be like, everyone knows I'm going to drive. Anyone listening to this knows I'm driving. So then I'm full. I've got my food. I've got my snack for later, and I head over to Wash Park. I'm going to meet my bestie, Casey, at noon for a walk. It's one of my favorite things to do in the city. Wash Park it's a haul. Like two times around. I'll have to look and see what the mileage is, but you get a legit workout.
Oh, I used to know it exactly. I would run that loop in the morning. So it was one of my favorite morning runs. See the boathouse, the sun come up over the water. beautiful.
It's beautiful. The dog watching is great. Adorable dogs. Hilarious people. I think many of us have seen the gentleman on rollerblades with ski poles.
Oh, I was just going to say it was like rollers, ski blade. Yeah.
So I'm getting my exercise in after I've had a big snack. And this is now we're at matinee time. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying many folks listening, especially my friends, will say, Bree, you don't like going to the movies. But I'm going to go to the movies for a couple of reasons. One, guys, how hot is it already? So I want a place to cool off. I'm going to drive on over. It's like a 5-minute drive to the Sea Film Center. They have this really cool thing. It's a monthly membership for $5.50 a month. You get discounts on movie tickets. So I'm going to spend a little extra ahead so that I can use this for the rest of the month. So my membership is $5.50. If I go to a show to see a movie on the weekdays, it's $5.
Wow.
And if you go on the weekends, it's $9.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's a really good deal, honestly. They've got some awesome movies coming up. Party Girl, they're doing a restoration of. If you've never seen it with Parker Posey, it's an incredibly beautiful 90s movie. They're doing this huge party with house DJs and a librarian's fashion show. It's going to be super fun. So that was the other thing I thought is if you've never been to the Sea, it's not like a regular movie theater. It has couches. You can hang out before, chat with friends. They have a bar, the Henderson's Lounge, if you want to get a drink beforehand. And then they also have full concessions. And I will say this is where I'm going to probably tap into my homie network for a minute.
Hey, wait a second.
I can't act like I would go to the movies and not get something. And I feel like Keith Garcia might let me have some candy.
Your buddy Keith.
He might let me have some candy. But if not, I have my banh mi in my purse. So, so I'm going to see a movie there. If I would say that parking now costs money in their parking lot. But if you go to the Sea to see a movie, they'll validate your parking. So it is free still.
There you
I've
go.
spent... So with my monthly membership that I'm buying and I'm doing a $9 movie because it's the weekend. So I'm spending $16.
Okay. 16 plus the 18 from breakfast lunch.
Also, I did a free thing. Wash Park, free. The views are free.
Yes.
The
Pretty
people watching is free. Okay. So I've cooled off and I'm going to it's probably 4:30ish. I'm going to do a little wander across the street just to the East High School Esplanade. I just love to sit over there. I don't know. It's beautiful. There's a fountain. You may know it as the place where you go to the farmer's market. Again, I'm like a people watching freak. I love to watch people. Right on Colfax, nothing better. And that's actually probably where I'm going to enjoy a little bit of my sandwich. So another free looky-loo spot. For me.
That is two of the best people watching spots in the city, I'd say.
Thank you. And it's diversity. You get Wash Park and then you get Colfax. Very different experiences. So
definitely.
Now it's early evening. I'm going to head back to my side of town to the west side. And I'm going to pick up a little dinner before I go to my next event. So I got to say, this is my favorite taco spot. It did not make it in our taco competition. Los Gallitos. It is the best tacos in the city. I'm sorry. I did not agree with our consensus. I lied and said I agreed with it. I did not. Los Gallitos is the place I get tacos. It's a giant neon yellow building. You cannot miss it. It's on Alameda and Canosa. I go to the drive-thru. I would also recommend the interior. I think they've got a huge sort of grotto to Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's a beautiful, it's like a surprise. It's like a nice little surprise. You go into to a restaurant. But I get $2 tacos. I get 5 tacos al pastor. They wrap them up in a tiny little piece of foil with your salsas and your limes. It's compact. It's ready to go. And I take that over to Levitt Pavilion for a free show in Ruby Hill.
Oh, beautiful.
Of course.
One of my favorite things to do in the summer, especially a perfect summer evening spot. Coming up, I have to say May 20th is the Slackers. What's up? Los Mocachetes are also coming. There's a good lineup. I picked the Slackers because I'm an old rude girl. I'm an old ska kid.
Oh yeah, Jenny and the Mexicats. They're coming, I think, in July. There, love them. They remind me of the Mexican No Doubt or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
their lineups are super cool. They just have a really great diverse lineup, and they have a ton of free shows. So I'm picking a free show at Levitt Pavilion. I've got my little plastic bag of Los Gallitos tacos. Also, I've maybe gone back home and picked up my kid. Great spot if you have kids. If you still want to go see a show, the kids can wander around. It's in a park. It's perfect. So I'm going to go to Levitt Pavilion. The show is free. However, I want to treat myself. I want to get a Coke. So
nice.
I called up my friend Mandy Yakis, the bartender, and she's a bartender at Levitt Pavilion. And I was like, "What does a Coke cost?" And she's like, $4. So
Whoa.
I know.
And again, I got to hook up my homie Mandy, so I'm going to tip her $2. So my show in total at Levitt Pavilion is $6, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
that's pretty good.
That's how I end my night. I sit in the grass. I enjoy my tacos. I enjoy my fresh fountain Coke, and I sit and watch the Slackers.
Sounds great.
Okay, so someone else will have to add that up and make sure I did it appropriately. So you've just heard a Paul Day, a Justine Day, and a Bree Day in Denver, all for under $52.80. We want to hear from you. How do you get the most out of Denver on the cheap? This is our Denver on the cheap. Give us your best tips, maybe the best places you know to get a good drink deal, a good happy hour, I love the tickets through the library, Paul. That was a genius idea. Let us know. You can call our Denver on the Cheap hotline, 720-500-5418. Leave us a message. Let us know, because we'd love to let listeners know what you do to make the most of this city. You can also email us, denver@citycast.fm, and give us your day. Justine, Paul, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bree. I can't wait to hear what people come up with.
I know. I'm so excited to hear everybody else's. Also, Justine, I just want to give you a little extra shout out for using the bus. I'm really impressed.
Thank you. RTD needs it.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell your thriftiest friend about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter, Hey Denver, by texting Denver to 66866. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you later. Tell your friend that's bad at tipping about us.